Wrong perception. Wrong perception. Wrong perception. And wrong perception is based on wrong experiences. Wrong experiences arise again from wrong perception. Wrong perception again is fed by wrong experience. And it's catch-22. It goes back and forth, becoming stronger and stronger and stronger. Right now, most of us operate on wrong perception, fed by wrong experience. What is a wrong experience? When someone tells us our shirt can be changed to become better, we become very insulted. We become very hurt because previous experience told us that's the way we should react. Previously, we reacted this way, so now we must react this way. And what's the danger? The danger is previously if we acted this way, and now we act this way, the people now are different. The situation now is different. Therefore, since the people and situation now is different, and we act the same way we acted before, we can lose many opportunities. Many opportunities. We can lose a lot of opportunities. Chokbo inaja, friends, pingya inaja, pama inaja, chokakime inaja, husband, wives, friends, relatives. Gokap, we can lose all. Why? How we act before to a previous situation cannot be applied now. So someone who has a lot of anger, have a lot of anger. We say in Tibetan, someone who has a lot of anger, they have a lot of anger because in the past, people have acted or said to them or did things in such a way to them that it helped them to create this anger. But now that they have this anger, they're not with their parents anymore. They're not with their relatives. They're not with their ex-wife. They're not with their ex-husband. They're not in that situation anymore. But that situation is still living on in them now. Why? How they acted before, they're acting now to new people. So if we were in a store and we own the shop and we have a rotten customer, a very nasty customer, and they're fighting and we fight back, they fight us and we fight back, and then they go away, we're very angry. If another customer comes and we react the same way, the customer say, but I didn't do anything. I'm innocent. But you see, because we're angry, we look at a new person, they'll probably treat me badly, they'll put me down, they'll say negative things to me again. And then maybe the next customer would have come and bought something, then we lose the chance. Similarly, if we have a lot of anger, as an example, from previous experience, if we have a lot of anger, and we still take the previous experience and apply it to current experiences, that's how we lose our chance in life. That's how we always lose our chance. And then, do you always hear people saying, some people say, some people don't say, or some people feel sorry for themselves and they think that way. Well, when I was little, my mother used to scold me like that, what? When I was in school, they used to treat me like that, what? And then when my father talked to me like that, what? My brother said like this to me, what? And you hear that, and they use that as an excuse to continue what they're doing now. Even people who had a very easy life, they had everything given to them on a silver platter. Everything has been presented to them on a silver platter. That is a result of very negative karma. Very negative. I've come to the conclusion. People who have parents that take care of them, give them money, nurture them, and not let them go through pain, not let them go through learning, not let them experience, not let them grow bigger. Those kids are the result of very extreme negative karma from previous lives. Why is that? Because they will take the wealth, they will take the leisure, they will take the opportunity and have a good time, waste it away frivolously, don't care about tomorrow, don't care about other people, not conscientious, don't push themselves, don't make an effort, and they don't experience their full potential. If they have the money for the rest of their lives, that's very good. But that money will bring them down to a lower and lower and lower and lower and lower level. I know that because I've met many live examples of that in the past. Many past. They can't take responsibility. They're socially retarded. They're not able to perceive reality correctly. What's perceived reality? To see the situation. They're not able to put effort. They're not able to push themselves. They're not able to achieve anything on their own. Everything must be given to them. And if anything's taken away, black face, depression, anxiety, and a general feeling of poor me and I can't do it. And the symptom of that is they usually keep quiet. Why is that? You observe. Because they're waiting for you to come up with a solution. Why is that? Because they've taken the experiences from previous years that they've done things and they expected someone to give them a solution. So when they get older, the same thing happens. So consequently, these people, when they're with their parents and their parents give them solutions, it's all cute and nice. Little Johnny is fine. Little Diana's fine. But when little Johnny and little Diana grows up and they come across a new situation and people cannot come up with solutions for them, will not entertain their spoiled actions, will not help them, or will get tired of them, little Johnny and Diane gets depressed. Why? Because previously when they acted like that, they got this type of response. But now when they act like that, they get a different response. So the previous response and the new response in their psyche is not matching. Then depression sets in. Why does depression set in, or unhappiness, or a feeling of poor me, I can't do anything? Because they're not used to the new reaction. But what little Johnny and Diana doesn't realize is how you reacted 10 years ago, 5 years ago, and how you react now will not apply anymore. That is wrong experience. Applied to wrong experience, which is feeding wrong perception. And in the wrong perception, so when they act like this now, they're not with their parents anymore. They're with adults and they're supposed to be an adult. They want all the privileges of an adult, which is respect, love, care, independence. They want all the privileges and the trappings of an adult, but not the responsibility. So what happens is, since they don't want the responsibility of an adult, they want the trappings of it, there's another double conflict. So these people live in double conflicts all the time. And what is that conflict? Is that people don't react back to them the way they're used to. So they react back. They don't know how to react. They don't know how to act anymore. So they show a black face. They pout. Poor me. They cry. They do nothing. They wait for you to give them a solution. Because that's what they've been doing for years and years and years. And so when they do that now, it creates a wrong perception to others. Like, why are they not doing this for me? I'm a nice person. I acted like this before and my mother and father was very nice to me. But why? I'm the same person. Why am I not getting the same reaction back? And then at the same time, another type of wrong perception is then people look at us because people don't know that we had such an easy life. We had such a good life. That our mothers and fathers took wonderful care of us. That we were little princesses and princes when we were growing up. So then people have wrong perception of us. Why? They think, oh, what a selfish individual. What a self-centered individual. What a lazy individual. What an unmotivated person. What a loser. Oh, I don't want to be around them. I don't want to be near them. I don't want to be with them. I don't want to associate with them. And then the people go away from them more and more. So wrong perception from outside to them. Wrong perception from them to the outside. And then you know what happens? It gets bigger. Why? Then anger sets in. What kind of anger? Anger of not getting what we want and not knowing why. And what's even worse is when we know why we're not getting what we want and we're so habituated in not doing something about it. And therefore, what comes about is us running away from a different situation. Every time a difficult situation comes about, we run away. A difficult person, a difficult job, a difficult timeline, a difficult situation, we run away. We can't take it. Why? Now we are trapped. Who trapped us? Ourselves. If you want to look at a psychological profile, you can say our parents or our childhood experiences trapped us. Yeah. I mean, that only brings you to one level. Then what happens in psychology is you have to blame someone. You have to make someone the enemy. You have to push the responsibility on someone else. So Western psychology is good to only a certain level. Why? You push the psychology to someone else. You push the responsibility. Oh, it was my mother. It was my father. It was my auntie. It was my schoolmates. It was my brothers and sisters. I'm competitive and I cheat and I lie to win. because my brothers and sisters always did well and I couldn't. So I got into this mode of lying and cheating to compete with them. And then in psychology, we start crying, we break down, we go through past hypnosis therapy. And we find out that in our previous life, we were a cow. Then we fast forward, we find out, no, we don't want to go that far, that this life we were a human being. And then we fast forward past that, we were a cow for 10 lifetimes. And then one of our lifetimes, we were a cow that couldn't have any calves. So there's some psychological trauma now. The past life, really, we were all cows. We were some yaks. We were some weirdos. We were killers. And we're all types of people. So what happens? We say, okay, let's not go that far. Let's go a little forward. Let's go 10 years, not 100 years back. So 10 years back, 20 years back, we go back with psychotherapy, with hypnotherapy. Hypnotherapy is therapy that they treat you by going under hypnosis to remember what you experienced. And we say, oh, you know what? Every time I failed, my mother was very fierce on me. Very, very fierce. So I'm afraid to fail. And I love my mother because she wasn't fierce on me because she hated me, because she had a difficult life and she wanted me to have a good life. So then we pin the blame on our mother. We don't hate her because we know she's not evil. But psychology says, oh, I pin the blame on my mother. How many serial killers? I watched Discovery serial killer profiling. How many serial killers, when they profile them or they go through hypnotherapy, they go back and they say, when I was a kid, I was abused by my uncle. I was abused by my neighbor. And they start crying and crying. So they pin the blame on someone that touched them. It's a very famous thing in America. I was touched. So when you say I was touched, it is all right to sexually abuse other people. It's kind of a catchword now. If you're mean and difficult to other people, it's kind of saying that you had a lot of pressure on you when you were growing up. So that's okay. I'm not saying that's not the truth. I'm saying that's the truth on the lowest level. It's not going to a higher level. What's the higher level? In Buddhist psychology, we want to say, yes, it was my mother who pushed me to be so competitive, and therefore today I'm extremely competitive and I have to be the top of everything and I will sacrifice everything to be on top. Or in Western psychology, or in Buddhist psychology, we can say, well, I'm lazy today and I am unmotivated and I don't achieve anything. And then when we hypnotherapy back 10, 20 years, we find out that our mother has been breastfeeding us till we were 6. And then we were sucking on pacifiers till we were 10. And every time we fell down, mommy gave us a lollipop, an ice cream, and took us out to the Ferris wheel to make everything all right. It was a big deal. Mama kept doing that. Maybe we were only child. And maybe even accidental. So what happens is this. My point is, when we psychotherapy back, we check out, oh my God, that's how this person has experienced life. That any small things, someone rescued them. Any small someone rescued, someone helped, someone delivered them. So when they grow up, how do they live? They live on wrong experience and they live on wrong perception. Wrong experience is that they've been rescued. Wrong perception is they still want people to take care of them. And they live this way. And when they live this way, they make people suffer. So some people, maybe they had mothers that were good mothers, but very angersome, very temperamental. If you made mother angry, mother wouldn't talk to you. Mother won't talk to you for 1 month, 1 day, 1 week. My mother did that to me. When my mother got very angry with me, she would ignore me for 2-3 weeks. Total silence. Total silence. No communication. It would be cold silence, and it would be very scary for me. Very, very scary to live in a house with someone with so much anger and so much silence. I blamed her for a few years when I was very young, but when I got older and I studied Buddhism, I realized it's not really her fault. I went deeper. So therefore, you have people who live with mothers and fathers who are very angersome and ignore them. So they have this experience. Why? They respect their mother. Their mother is their God. Their mother is their idol. Their mother is their centerpiece, and it influences their mind very strong. So therefore, what happens is they grow up doing the same thing to others. If someone makes a small mistake with them, they ignore you. They show you a black face. They don't talk to you. Or they have very big egos, they hold on. And they make everybody go away. So if you give them $10, they're very happy. But if you take away 10 cents, they forget about the $9.90 you gave them, and they think about the 10 cents you took away. So you're like, huh? You still got $9.90. But they're very angry about the 10 cents. And they hold on to the 10 cents. They took the 10 cents away from me. 10 cents, 10 cents, 10 cents. And they wear the shirt. They took 10 cents. And they don't talk to you. You took 10 cents away from me. Then they walk this way. You took 10 cents away from me. Pretty soon they call you 10 cents. And they don't think about the $9.90 you already gave them. You give them $9.90 and you take away 10 cents and they throw a BF. And then they ignore you. They don't talk to you. They think you're bad. And they say, I want a divorce. I want to leave you. I'm going. I'm running away. I'm not happy. And they do that for weeks and months and months. Why? When they were young, they saw their mothers or fathers doing that to them. That happened to me. You see, let me tell you a little secret. I wasn't born a Buddha. Yes, I know. I'm sorry. Some of you call me the living Buddha. What's that in Chinese? Microphone.
Awful. Awful.
Hobo. I'm not a hobo. He called me a hobo. What's your ho fo? Oh, I like that. Ho fo. Sounds like you're very fat. Oh, ho fei. Oh no. Okay, never mind. Ho fei, ho fo. Okay, ho fei, ho fo. Yeah. Ho fei, ho fo. I like that. Fei is fat, right? I don't know what dialect, but I heard that somewhere. It's the fei ya. Oh, I hate that word. I don't like F words. Fat and fei, I don't like. It's a very nasty word. Fei and fat. Ooh. Anyways, when I went to China, they used to say, ho fei ya. I was like, you ho stupid. But they meant it as a compliment because I look good fat in China.